In this neon pink quantum reaction we call life, everyone deserves to unlock their birthday cake and eat it too. Otherwise, you gotta lug it around. The truth will soon be known on the Clash of the Pencils live stream.
Turn on the stream tonight. Short stories in the spotlight. Writers bring their best to light. The story central time. Breaking down the plots. Characters that fought. Twist and hit the spot. It's all you live tonight. Are you ready for some stories? In a live stream glory. It's the contest of the year. Writers have no fear. Catch the suspense unfold. Feel the tales being told. Critiques fair and bold. The truth will soon be known. Jawless from far and wide. Mysteries you can't hide. Every twist takes the story right. By these rules we abide. Are you ready for some stories? In a live stream glory. It's the contest of the year. Writers have no fear.
All right, welcome to Clash of the Pencils live stream, the only full contact creative writing esports league in the history of leagues, esports, creative writing, and full contact horseplay. So, I am Tom Sherman, joined as always by Greg the Reader Peterson. We're here to analyze the plot, character, and setting of the top stories of the day. So, every day from across the internet, we get a series of stories from authors at large. We take the top three, put them to a public vote, and then announce the winner on our live stream, and then reveal the next day's prompt. Cue it up, do it all over again. So, what does it take to get to the finals? That's what we call the keys to victory. There are three elements that triangulate to create a story. That is the characters, the plot, and the setting. So, where the closer an author can strike to the center of each of those elements, the more engaging, visceral, and exciting that story will be. Bearing that in mind, Greg, where are we going? Where do you think our authors are going to have to focus when we have a prompt like today's prompt, which is reverse Mad Libs, unlock, birthday cake, lug, quantum reaction, and neon pink? Those are the words that you need to fit in there.
Well, Tom, what makes this the reverse Mad Libs is you, instead of saying you need a noun or an adjective, you only have to use these 5 words, but they must appear in your story. I think that means that the character, plot, and setting, those keys to victory, it's wide open. It's an ever-expanding canvas on which to paint your pink birthday cake quantum reaction of a story here.
That's right.
You lug it around and unlock the final setting. You can really torture it. But a lot of different ways. I'm interested in the different constellations of specifically lug. I've got my eye on that one. Is it a noun? Is it a verb? Are you lugging something around? Is it a piece of luggage? Or are you an old lug? Are you a lug?
Interesting. Yeah, a couple ways to take that. That's always interesting to see. And then there are some loaded terms that kind of key to some sort of plot, quantum reaction, unlock. There could be some sort of heist going on. Birthday cake, that's always in some sort of action and activity. So definitely some interesting options for our authors to work with today. So long story short, let's keep these short stories long. Yeah, you like that? That's just that was off the top of my head. We'll workshop that. All right. So coming in today, our first story of the day, coming from a new contestant, new entry, never before seen before until right now. This is from Dino Might.
I never knew that I would get into a fight with my friend about a stupid treasure chest, but it happened. Jonas and I have known each other since kindergarten, technically from birth, but I wouldn't count that. One day in 9th grade science, I was trying to communicate with my best friend about quantum reactions, but he just started to sweat. Dude, I don't understand a word about what you're saying. Of course I knew he wasn't the best student, but I never gave up on him. Look, Even if you're bad at science, you can still be good at other things like common sense and all that nonsense, I told him in my best reassuring voice. What you just said was nonsense. Now, about to let out his frustration on me, the midday announcements came on. Dear students of Treasure View High School, we have a new challenge for you. You all will go and try to unlock a treasure chest, but you don't know what or where the key is. You must find it and use it to unlock the chest. The winner gets a special prize. Me and my friend, being the best at scavenger hunts, sprinted out of the room faster than all the kids sprinting towards lunch. My friend was falling behind. He didn't eat breakfast this morning. I muttered, "Oh my goodness, you lug, always dragging me down." Somehow my friend had superhuman hearing and decided to confront me about the situation. "Oh, I'm the lug. All you do is brag all day long while I'm working my butt off to get a chance at getting good grades. You don't even need to try." Jonas turned the other direction and started running, no longer wanting to have any business with me. I decided to head straight to lunch, no longer wanting to be a part of this treasure hunt. When I walked in the dining hall, I saw it was like an arcade. Dim neon pink lights illuminating the entire canteen. Sudden bolts of bright light made me realize that this wasn't any arcade. This was a dance floor. What about my friend? Well, he is a lug and not my problem. With the conflict of my best friend out of my mind, I started to groove. All of a sudden, a gigantic birthday cake came flying across the room and hit me straight in the face. I tried to ask who caused the accident, but it just came out as "Fweffo puffdy puffed puff the put." When my eyes were finally clean, I saw my friend Jonas, now with a sinister look on his face.
All right, so some interpersonal problems happening between the narrator and Jonas, longtime friends. However, obviously, is kind of coming to a head here in ninth grade. They're starting to bicker, and then announcements come over the PA that there's a treasure chest to unlock, and as they start searching for that, then again, yet again, they start to bicker, and then before we know it, I really don't know what's happening anymore. And then a birthday cake comes flying across the room, hits him in the face, and it was Jonas the whole time, looking sinister.
Yeah. First of all, Story Squad has, we probably should have mentioned this. Our crazy data scientists, it is Halloween week, Tom. And that means we are doing a new image generation. We've got the Zoom morph with a little bit of nightmare fuel coefficient added for this week of Halloween.
Is that what was going on with that one? Because
All
I was
week,
kind of wondering.
all week.
Okay.
Get
Fair
us
enough.
in the holiday spirit. And they warned me, they're like, "Do you want us to turn this off after this week?" And I was like, "I haven't even seen it. What's the worst?" Yes, we want that turned off after.
Probably.
That was terrifying.
It sure was.
But if we go and think about the story here, we get we're in ninth grade science, right?
Yeah.
And obviously ninth grade studying, you're studying those quantum reactions, and there's a kid, your buddy, who you've known since birth, but we don't count that. Which I was trying to get my head around. Are they twins, like in the womb, separated at birth? Like, is this some sort of ghostly double? We never really get any more indication of what that was, but I definitely hung up on what the configurations of this were, so they could have known each other since birth. Having it, but like the rest of the story, the plot just accelerates. We get, of course, I knew he wasn't the best student, but I never gave up on him, right? So they're like, we already get this acknowledgement, and then immediately after that, we see him giving up on him, essentially. We think he's protesting a little too much. I don't know if I trust the reliability of this narrator. The line that I liked was, "All right, so how often in science class would you have killed for there to be over the intercom at Treasure View High School, like this announcement, like, 'All of you, there's a treasure chest. Go find it and unlock it for prizes.'" And then everyone just rushes out the door. That never happened to me, but like this happens in this story. And then I think my favorite line here is, "Me and my friend, being the best at scavenger hunts, sprinted out of the room faster than the other kids, sprinting toward lunch." So not only are they the only two that are going on this scavenger hunt, like all the other kids, like we gotta go to lunch, dude. Like
Right.
what about the treasure? What's like in this? Like no. Those two are the best at the scavenger hunts. We're gonna concede and just like fail graciously.
Right.
So the fact that there's some sort of pecking order in which there's been previous scavenger hunts to determine who was the best, it happens too. And in this moment, they continue their like very petty interpersonal beef about like their feelings. Like, what? How do they win in the past, Tom?
Right. Right. Well, it's kind of like, sometimes those super teams just crumble because they all get egos and they forget about the love of the game, which is finding the treasure. And they, big minds get caught up in that.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen to the best treasure hunters out there, honestly. But I think there's another good point in here, or an interesting point, where the dichotomy of this team, where of course I knew he wasn't the best student, yet they are the best at scavenger hunts. So you need that sort of the brains and the brawn. You need the that je ne sais quoi that that really amps up a treasure hunt and just says, you know what? Yeah, I'm going. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just gonna go into the jungle and find that hidden treasure chest or whatever. I don't know. I don't know where they were. Yeah, it was an exhilarating story. I'll say that. I think, yeah.
The second half to me, the setting really breaks down. And the setting breaks down at the moment when the plot is trying to end it, because we get, it's almost like the author ran out of time. So we get this sort of meditation. What about my friend? Well, he's a lug and not my problem. And then all of a sudden, the giant birthday cake comes, randomly flying across the room. And then we're in the arcade, which is a lunchroom turned into a dance floor. And then they lose all sight of the treasure chest and just start to dance.
Yeah.
And then it was the friend who threw the birthday cake getting revenge. I mean, the treasure hunt drops away here.
It really does. It's that hook right in the middle of the story, the twist, pinch one to get you into it, and then it's also somehow pinch two to get you out. You never even see it again. So
I blame TikTok. This is a brain rot plot.
Well, speaking of brain rot plot, let's see our next contestants. This is so. By the way, that warning you gave, I generated all the videos, well, like half before or half after. So you only needed that warning for that one. So we botched.
Perfect. Well, it is Halloween week, and we have a prompt. We have a prompt to match.
It is Halloween week, and so it will get scarier. But we did not warn you that first time, and you don't need the warning for this time. So warning canceled. I don't know. We should probably have a warning for every video. All right, this is Mr. Whiskers.
Under the neon pink glow of the city, Mia stood at the edge of the pier, heart racing with anticipation. It was her birthday, and as fireworks exploded overhead, a mysterious figure in a sleek black coat approached her. He held a small device humming with an otherworldly light. "I'm here to show you something special," he said. Curiosity ignited, Mia followed him into a hidden alley. The air crackled with an exhilarating tension, a palpable quantum reaction sparking between them. He activated the device, and suddenly, the world twisted like a kaleidoscope, revealing a realm of vibrant colors and surreal landscapes. They floated through this ethereal world, laughter escaping her lips as they danced amid swirling patterns. But a deep rumble echoed in the distance, a warning. Shadows loomed as the figure's expression turned serious. "We have to lug this device back to stabilize our worlds before they collide." With a flick of his wrist, the device pulsed with blinding light, and they soared back towards the alley, the portal closing behind them. Just as the last shimmer of magic faded, the city erupted in celebrations again. The figure handed her a slice of birthday cake, the frosting a vivid pink. "You'll remember this night forever," he said, his smile returning. As fireworks lit the sky, Mia realized her birthday had transformed into a journey, intertwining reality with the extraordinary night, where she not only celebrated life,
but also discovered infinite possibilities waiting just beyond the surface.
All right, Mia on the pier watching fireworks. Also, her birthday, decides to follow somebody into an alley. Why not? So she follows into an alley, pulls out some sort of futuristic device, takes her on a journey through space time itself, and then only to potentially destroy both their worlds. But they're able to avoid danger, get back to Earth in time, and eat birthday cake and think, wow, what a day.
With I like the glow. So we're in a very urban space here. It's strongly urban with the neon pink glow of the city for the setting. Then Mia's at the edge of the pier. She's wanting to see these fireworks. All of a sudden, it was her birthday. Why at that moment? Why are you like, I'm gonna follow this mysterious guy into this alley like that?
Guy in a trench coat. You know what I mean? Like, why
That
not?
sounds like I question Mia's decision making at this point. I question her friend group for allowing this to happen. Where were the friends or family? Anyway, but when we get there, I was wondering whether the quantum reaction was figurative, whether this was a metaphor for just the two of them talking, but no, it was literal. It was a literal quantum reaction that activated this kind of kaleidoscopic alternative reality, vibrant colors, surreal landscapes. I wished that at some point in that journey through the world that there was some sort of stakes. There was the warning, like, yes, we have to lug this device back before our worlds collide. That gave a little bit of tension. But how did this connect to what Mia wanted? What was Mia on the lookout? Was she looking for somebody to share her birthday with? The sort of the A plot, B plot. I was wondering how they go. And then the mysterious man with the flick of his wrist, seems like, okay, well, we did it. We have to let this device back.
Right.
It's like, okay, that's
Right.
over. The birthday cake at the end is a nice touch, and then you'll remember this forever. Was she scared during the journey? Like, I don't have enough of like the emotional resonance. Was this the sort of cathartic release she needed from the day-to-day grind of this neon pink city? I had questions about the character. What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I think you kind of touched it, hit the nail right on the head, where it it winds up. You know, it's got this really great wind up kind of all of a sudden, you know, what should be, this is what you're waiting for, right? You're waiting for your birthday all year long. You're waiting for, you know, it coincides with this fireworks celebration, which may or may not happen every year, you know, depends on when you're born, but, you know, maybe this is a special year. So your anticipation for this thing for so much, only for you to say, you know what, I'm going to turn around, walk away from it all just to go into this alley and see what this guy's talking about. All he said was, I've got something special to show you. Like, well, you know, like, hey,
stranger,
you know, like,
danger, Tom. Stranger danger.
Stranger danger is a good thing. So it's interesting but then, like you say, you would think, like, on this journey through these magical worlds, there would be some sort of meaningful character development, character journey, that Mia discovers something about herself, something about her life, something about what she needs to do to change herself, you know, kind of like a Scroogean, you know, ghost of Christmas past or future type thing. But it's really just kind of this blank, blase realm, and then that's how it ends too, with that second half of the plot of oh, there's something, this vague something that is bad, but it just kind of gets resolved and wrapped under the table, and
Birthday
next
cake.
thing you know, you're back in the alley eating birthday cake with the, you know, so did they ever leave the alley?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. That's the question.
It's interesting to me that both stories basically use the birthday cake to be like, I don't know how to wrap this up. Birthday cake.
It's true. The birthday cake as a as a literary device is classic. If you don't know what to do, throw in a
Yeah,
birthday
throw
cake.
a random birthday cake and end that story. It's coming to the end of the page.
Shakespeare, James Joyce, all the greats did it.
All the greats.
All right,
Speaking of greats,
speaking of
what's
greats,
Slice up to?
one more to go, and we've got Slice. Let's see what Slice has on the dial for us.
The guy with the repetitive name was right. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow. I never thought 6 words would ruin my relationship. Should I put on a shirt? I wasn't expecting that utterance to trigger a quantum reaction in my artificial intelligence girlfriend, fiancée. 903 had maybe too human of programming after all. I called her Fifi. I thought she'd like it, but found out I was wrong. I've been wrong about a lot. I'm glad I returned home. I left Fifi in the box in Los Angeles. He'll try life this time. I'm back home on those acres of diamonds in Pennsylvania. I hope Conwell and critics can forgive my mixed metaphors. It's kinda been my thing since college. But I'm back in Gold City. Pittsburgh, formerly called Steel City. Everywhere around me is gold. Gold and black terrible towels whipping atop lugs and lugettes en masse in the stands of Assisier Stadium. Golden French fries betwixt coleslaw, provolone, and beef. Perfectly moist golden yellow birthday cake dressed with chocolate frosting and neon pink microchips my neighbor Nancy made for me. The whole city is gold, and since I've left Fifi in Los Angeles, I can unlock finally my potential and the future of this world. What to do now? I miss Fifi. She kept my calendar, regulated my screen time, monitored my glucose, put me in a box. I saw my grave and I bounced up, grabbed my keys and ran down the hall to see Nancy. The image scared me so much I told her because the headstone was empty. I'd poured my life into artificial things. I'd let others plan my life, tell me what to eat, where to go, what to do, when to wear a shirt. Nancy told me I needed to get to work. I grabbed my laptop and biked downtown to my office. I locked myself in a room with a whiteboard and tore off my shirt. Furiously, I emptied my soul onto anything I could write on for hours. The room was warm with body heat and smelled like me. It was great. Shirtless, I'd unglue myself from the office chair to pace and run back to the boards to jot down more innovations. I'd hardly noticed a crowd queuing outside the room, waiting their turn to empty their hearts in Pittsburgh.
All right, so poetry in the form of prose here from Slice. I don't know. I mean,
Just let
so
it wash over you. You're changed. If the last one we wanted some sort of change, that was the kaleidoscopic fever dream that changes you forever.
that is what Mia saw on her journey through time and space. All right, so we have a narrator in a relationship with a artificial intelligence girlfriend, fiance 903, called her Fifi, which she did not like. After they broke up, narrator moves from Los Angeles to Pittsburgh. Sounds like everything's going well. That Pittsburgh's alchemized from Steel City into Gold City. Um, Everything's gold, including a birthday cake with neon pink microchips made by the neighbor Nancy. And so, but then at the same time, a little bit regrets. Classic, breakup. Sort of miss the ex. Wonder if maybe things could have been better, or what could have been. Has a dream, sees their grave, empty headstone. So much of their life is gone and missing, and they haven't even done anything. Tells it to Nancy, says, Everyone's told me what to do my whole life," and Nancy says, "Hey, you need to go get to work." And so, listening to Nancy, runs down to the office, takes off his shirt, and stands in front of the whiteboard and just rips off some great design thinking practices, and just really gets into it. Just really solves some problems, and then not even realizing that thousands of people are just in line waiting, just waiting to get access to that whiteboard.
It's really a fantasy. I the secret, the hero here is the Pittsburgh neighborliness. Nancy knows what's needed. Nancy's plugged into her neighbor. She's not just looking at her phone. This isn't Los Angeles, folks. This is Pittsburgh. Steel City turns to Gold City because of Nancy's intervention and her kindness. And she gives what Fifi cannot give the narrator, that Nancy does. She nudges him. Basically, you need to get to work, and then we get this is the ending that I was dying for in a plot. We get just this cathartic release of all of the brilliance, all the whiteboards, and the crowd gathers like it's a Steeler game, just cheering these innovations that are coming forth from this Willy Wonka figure, and it's exactly what is needed. Pittsburgh tomorrow. Here we go.
Unbelievable stuff there from Slice. Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed sort of there's a lot of great ironies there where I miss Fifi. She kept me in a box, kept me regulated and all this sort of stuff. And then telling and then pouring the heart out to Nancy saying, people tell me what to do all the time. Nancy said, then Nancy tells them what to do. You know what I mean? Like, like it's great. And then he's like, you know what? You're right. I need to get to work. So that was great. I thought the bit where he says, I called her Fifi. I thought she'd like it. Found out I was wrong. I was wrong about a lot, where it's like you have this artificial intelligence thing and you make a pet name and you just think, I thought we were having fun here.
Fiance 903.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't know. I thought it was a delightful. I didn't get the guy with the repetitive name was right. So much depends on a red wheelbarrow. I'm not.
Oh, that's
sure.
a William Carlos Williams reference. He's just trying to be literary as the first. It was lingering on that too. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I thought he was talking to Sirhan Sirhan. So
less oblique in the illusion Slice. Come on.
So okay, interesting. What type of reference was that? Is it going to be? Is that good
from
content?
The modernist poet who's also a doctor, William. I think it's William Carlos Williams. I need to brush up on my modernist poetry, but I think I don't know enough to see if that's the key to everything here. I'll need to do some outside reading. Maybe we'll start a Clash of the Pencils literary journal for those deeper dives.
Yeah, maybe some Spark Notes. Spark Notes for Slice. All right, so there you have it. Those are the 3 stories of the day. Gonna click a button here, reveal the winner, and believe it or not, drum roll please. Slice coming in with the victory. Should have seen it coming, I guess. I don't know. It was a hard-fought battle between all 3 actually today. So let's see what we have on the next. All right, here we go. Leaderboard: Slice in 20, Mr. Whiskers 15, Dynamite 10, and Red 19 coming in with 5. So there we've got it. And then let's see. Tomorrow's prompt: Halloween week. Greg, you mentioned this earlier. Open your story with this line: "The black cat winked at me and said."
Oh man, we've got a story starter here. The black cat. If it's winking, it knows something, Tom. And if we've seen the preview of what the new AI movie generator is, it's going to be terrifying.
Yeah. Sounds like the cat is up to some mischievousness, possibly terrifyingly mischievous. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. You've got a character, you don't have a plot, and you don't really have a setting. So that's it. Otherwise, Halloween week begins. All right, here we go. Top 5 sentences of the day. This is actually a Franken story from last week. Here are is my video.
Does Franken story mean that this is just an assembled bit of sentences to make a new collage-like story?
Yes.
Okay.
Was I using Franken story in the proper?
I just wanted to. I just want to check.
Fair enough. All right, here we go. If I can find my notes. Here we go. Yes. All right. And Franken's story begins now. Everywhere around me is gold and black terrible towels, whipping atop lugs and lugettes, en masse in the stands of Akashir Stadium. Golden French fries betwixt coleslaw, provolone, and beef. Perfectly moist golden yellow birthday cake dressed with chocolate frosting and neon pink microchips my neighbor Nancy made for me. The tendency for Nancy to gorge herself on foodstuffs made of mostly petroleum byproducts protected her from the intense radiation, kind of like an inside out sunscreen. All the evidence pointed to the museum hiding the sunscreen and reporting it stolen for the insurance money, but they couldn't get a warrant to search for the painting. A rare artifact was stolen from the Aztec exhibit of the museum. It was a silver and turquoise eagle claw. The trio feared it may have an enchantment that might be dangerous if in the wrong hands. Their dad thought it was perfect that they go and investigate, as they were known notoriously as the 3 Triple J bandits. The Triple J bandits activated the device, and suddenly the world twisted like a kaleidoscope, revealing a realm of vibrant colors and surreal landscapes. They floated through this ethereal world, laughter escaping their lips as they danced amid swirling patterns. The guy with the repetitive name was right. So much depends on a red wheelbarrow.
That was a journey. I feel like that was a greatest hits album.
That was wild. I need a break. I need a 24-hour break after that. All right, so there you have it, folks. That was the Clash of the Pencils live stream. So until we see you tomorrow, keep those pencils sharp.
Kids, don't let your creativity get captured.
Turn on the stream tonight, short stories in the spotlight. Writers bring their best to light. The Story Central time. Breaking down the plots, characters that fought, twists that hit the spot. It's all here live tonight. Are you ready for some stories in a live stream glory? It's the contest of the year. Writers have no fear. Catch the suspense unfold. Feel the tales being told. Critiques fair and bold. The truth will soon be known. Jawless from far and wide. Mysteries you can't hide. Every twist takes the story right. By these rules we abide. Are you ready for some stories?